Hi my friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jessa and it is very nice to see you. And today, we're jumping back into Disco Elysium. Oh my goodness, we just started day 6 and there's still so much to do, so let's just get right the frick into it, huh? I am well prepared for this today. I've got plenty of water and plenty of coffee. Are you prepared too, before we get started? Something to drink, something to eat, something to snuggle on, maybe somebody to snuggle with, like a cat or a person, I don't know. But if you're as ready as I am, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, maybe hitting the hype button too if it's available to you. But let's get to this, shall we? Okay guys, we're here and we're ready, and I really want to retry that expression check if I possibly can. I don't think it's this one. I don't know where it is in here. Is it this? No, that's a window, which I want to check out too. Visual calculus. The mirror is the electrochemistry one, and it's gonna be hard. Especially because I don't have any points to level up with. Although, we only need 2 more. Come on. Okay, at least it's still recording properly, so... Goddamn.
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
Yeah.
You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're still
Both
not
of these,
accustomed to
man.
it.
I want to do both of these. Oh, I'm hearing some noises. Makes me nervous. I hope the cats are okay. Let the mirror be for now. I'm gonna go check on my cats since I just heard an uncomfortable noise making me really nervous, and I literally just got back from the vet with Queen Mad-Eye, who turns out actually has a undetermined currently growth in her cheek. So I have a lot of concerns right now. I'm an anxious person, so give me a second. But then I think what we will end up doing is maybe reading a book or something, because that could give us XP and pass time. So that might be a fun way to start our day, reading a book. But first, let me go check on the cat noises I just heard. The baby girl, mwah, she is purring and she is just fine. You want to purr into the mic so everyone can enjoy it? Okay, all is well, at least for now, so why don't we take a second and look at a book, maybe, before we start the day? What do you think? These, I feel like they're going to be long interactions, so maybe not? No, I think I want to do it. Let's read... Guess either one. Oh my god, this is for kids. A classic. Helmdaler Man, the man from Helmdal. Blah, blah, blah. On the frontispiece... What? Frontispiece? Is that a word I don't know? I guess so. On the frontispiece, which I can imagine just means... Muscle Man is reaching into a mountain stream, yearning to touch his glimmering mirror image. His eyes are full of childlike wonder. On the blood-soaked snow right next to him lies 2 giant Zweihanders. Those are swords, right? I think I only know that because of Dark Souls. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't judge me too harshly. Let's do it.
The cover of this tattered paperback features the man from Helmdal, standing atop a pile of bloody corpses. His 2 Zweihanders are crossed over his massive chest in a dramatic X, their blades dripping with gore.
Yeah, I was right about the Zweihander. That sword was fun. In Dark Souls, if I remember correctly. Irrelevant, though. Hell yeah.
Behind him rise the harsh, snow-capped peaks of his native Northlands. In bold red letters, the title, Helmdaler Man, the man from Helmdal, unfurls like a banner. In the foreground, a nearly nude woman lies spread in supplication, her privates strategically covered by her flowing black hair.
Of course.
These images speak to something burbling deep within you. The primal struggle of a bunch of violent apes just duking it out.
Amazing. Look at the back cover.
The
Just
back
curious.
blurb reads, His latest adventure serves as the perfect introduction to the savage Heimdall saga. Meet Man from Heimdall, his faithful blood brother Tyribald, the noble Lord Hrothgar, and some of their most fearsome foes yet for the Northlands, for Heimdall. Below, in smaller font, you see the parenthetical, adapted from Man from Heimdall and the Necromancer's Treasure. Man from Heimdall, Lord of Hrothgar, and Man from Heimdall, the Curse of Hera. A brazen attempt to bilk fans for more money by splicing together old stories under a new title.
Gotta love that. The publishers must have a dim view of their readership. Or where there's a demand, there's always a supply. Publishers must have had a dim view of their readership.
Their main concern is the continuation of the franchise, not making literary history.
Of course. Read the first couple of pages. Oh my god, I'm being nuzzled by my cat right now, and it is amazing. I wish you could feel it. I offer you cat nuzzles through the screen, if only that would work. Read the first couple of pages.
The story opens in media res. The man from Heimdall and his band of northern reavers are in the bowels of an ancient temple, surrounded by an army of gibbering wights, led by the deathless necromancer. One by one, the brave Northmen fall to the relentless crush of undead, only to join their number as reanimated corpses. By nightfall, only the man from Heimdall and his blood brother, noble Tyribald, are left standing against the dead horde. It is an honor to die by your side, brother, Tyribald cries, as his battle axe beheads one of their reanimated comrades.
Pretty dramatic. Wow, they're in trouble now.
9, Tyribald. The man from Heimdall bellows over the army of flesh and bone. Have courage for the Northlands. For Heimdall. He leaps to the mezzanine to face the black-eyed figure, and like a mad ice bear, whirling twin Zweihanders,
Mad Ice Bear,
Sturm
huh?
and Drang, he plows through the ranks of the deathless, surrounding the necromancer.
Cool.
It is physically impossible for a human being to effectively dual-wield Zweihander swords in any kind of real-life combat situation.
I can imagine, because they're enormous as far as I know.
And with deadly finesse, his twin blades scissor the necromancer's head from its body. The undead legions collapse like ragdolls as the dark magic leaves them, and the two Northmen stand alone in their cursed temple, where the bodies of their lost brothers litter the floors.
Skip ahead, I guess.
A few chapters later, the man from Heimdall and Tyribald are in a completely different setting, high above an arid desert, riding a pair of griffins that always seem to appear at narratively convenient moments.
Isn't that fun?
The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern king, Lord Hrothgar. The old king beseeches the man from Heimdall to rid his kingdom of the Hera, a subterranean clan of blind wizards who traded their souls for demonic powers.
Guys, there's cat hair wafting up into my face and up my nostrils right now, so I apologize if I'm, touching my face a lot like that.
The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks land for the homeless desert pygmies living exiled in the kingdom's borderlands. Hrothgar offers the hand of his eldest daughter instead, but the son of winter does not budge.
Hold on, why is the man from Heimdall doing any of this?
What do you mean?
Why is he doing all of this?
Because the flame of justice burns bright within his chest. Because, above all, he's driven to bring honor to the name of his beloved Heimdall. Because his noble Cutland blood lusts for glory and conquest. It cannot be denied.
Is that all? Does he have something that motivates him in his past? Anything?
What do you mean, is that all?
Well, is there anything else to his character?
He is the man from Heimdall, forged in the fury of battle. Death was his sire, and blood his dam. He had but 14 winters when he left his frigid homelands in Cutla to seek glory and honor. That is his character.
Okay, never mind then. Just get to the good part.
You skip past a section detailing an elaborate banquet with many toasts, as well as the long and perilous journey from Hrothgar's Keep to the ancient forest of Yesdar, where our heroes infiltrate the Nachtherre's dire hall. In the center of the great hall stands a blood altar on which a pair of Nachtherre are disemboweling a shrieking peasant, an unholy rite that empowers the Nachtherre forbidden magic. As the vile ceremony ends, the sound of steel unsheathing draws the Nachtherre's attention to a pair of cloaked figures standing in the doorway.
Ooh.
This is what you came for, isn't it? A climatic bloodletting where men are reduced to muscle and fury. Swiftly, the visitors toss off their cloaks and unsheathe glimmering northern steel. It's the man from Heimdall and his valiant blood brother, Tyribald.
Well, yeah, who else would it be, I guess?
In an instant, the Nachtherre summon a horde of gibbering orcanoids who rush our heroes.
Orcanoids?
The hall fills with the clang of blades and the screams of the dying as the floor goes slick with steaming orcanoid viscera.
Ugh.
When the din of battle settles, only the man from Heimdall and Tyribald remain standing.
Of course.
Exhausted and dripping with the entrails of their foes, the two Northmen confront the foul Nachtherre. The man from Heimdall's soda-like blue eyes fill with indescribable fury. For the Northlands, he cries, rushing headlong into a desperate melee.
Cut him up, $1 man.
He probably is, but you can't be sure, because this one ends in a cliffhanger and a footnote saying, "To be continued in Heimdall at the gates of tomorrow."
Ah.
Coming soon to your local bookstore. Considering the sheer amount of different Heimdall books out there, it's very unlikely you're ever gonna find the sequel. The man from Heimdall stares at you on the cover, his face fixed in grim resolve.
Audio issue. Which I'm gonna go check on it just a second. But first, let's put the book away. Okay, now give me a second, guys. Sorry. Okay, I think everything's working. Now, we obviously have just gained a skill point, which is super exciting! But... What exactly am I most eager to do? The mirror needs two things, encyclopedia and electrochemistry. I'll put on an encyclopedia hat, sure. And I guess my encyclopedia glasses. Why not? And then I also need electrochemistry. Ugh. I have things that'll help with that. I always forget which things. The party dragon silk robe, certainly. So that's exciting. We got some good shades, too. The trousers. Sure. Put on these pants. We might as well. And this crazy robe, because why not? Ay, 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 ay. Oh. But he looks so absurd like this. Oh my god. It makes me want to take off the shirt. What if I do this? Oh my god, he looks insane. He looks insane! He looks insane! My goodness. But whatever, I guess. I feel like you'll look a little less insane if you do that. Nope. Somehow it made it worse. Somehow it made it worse. Ooh, we have electrochemistry gloves I almost forgot about. Ooh. Yeah, whatever, I guess. I guess I'll do a little quick save. And... I know I can't
mirror
yet,
hangs
but
on the wall.
let me see.
You see your reflection in it. the expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're still not accustomed to it.
+2 because no more steam, but +1 because we shaved. That's so nice. There is nothing, no extra points for the encyclopedia check. Encyclopedia and electrochemistry. I don't particularly want to put a point into electrochemistry, but I really want that check. But I also really want to do that logic check kind of more than I want to do the physical instrument check. I mean, why did I say physical instrument? Electrochemistry check. Oh, by the way, you lovely folks, you can be so helpful sometimes. I have been let know that the Samaran butter, the sleeping dock worker, indeed, those can't be done anymore. It just stays in my map list for some reason. Can't be helped. I want to do that logic check, damn it. That's also a logic check I want to do. There's 2 important logic checks. There's an encyclopedia check. And an electrochemistry check. All of the above I want. God damn it. All of the above. Okay, but with this point, I was contemplating forgetting a thought so that I can replace it with a more helpful thought. Can't remember which one I was thinking about doing, though. That +1 to psyche's too good. It makes it so that the rest of these basically are useless. As in, like, they're negatives, but it basically not. Because there's a +1 to both Inland Empire and Suggestion, in addition to there being a -1 to Inland Empire and Suggestion. So, I don't know what the point of those being there is. But the only real consequence from this is the negative physical instrument, which still isn't great. Wasn't there one that was giving me other negatives that I didn't like? What was that? Am I losing my mind? This one. Negatives in 2 ways. Pretty irritating. Now, what do I have that might up something? None of these will do it now, clearly. But maybe something that could help later on. I really wanted to do the date of birth generator. I don't know if it'll have any bonuses in when we've done it. 7 hours is a long ass time. What? Hardcore aesthetic. A precarious world. All red checks fail. I fucking forgot. That's horrible. I don't want it. No. No. There's no negatives so far to knowing our date of birth, but that will take some time. I don't know if that's worth doing a whole skill point, or if I should really just fucking do it with the logic check, because there's 2 logic checks I want to do really badly. Okay, we're leveling up logic. I did it. The mirror is still a priority because I want to get rid of the expression. I also want to know about the expression. But instead of logic, which for a moment there, my brain was like, oh, well, a logic check, la la la. But no, it's not a logic check, it's an encyclopedia check. Okay. Well, we might as well leave now. Oh, looking horrible, though. We'll leave in this terrible outfit. There he is. Kim, you're here. Now, before I see you, let me put on a much nicer outfit, please, because I look terrible. Here, you can put on this nice RCM commander jacket. Should we put the armor on underneath? Maybe. Well, maybe I'll... tank top on or something so that he has a little plus. Honey, but you're making recording kind of hard. Okay, I think she is settled now in my lap very snugly, and the audio seems to be okay. Well, that is a good thing. Do I want to do that -2 to authority just to have the physical instrument and stuff? Nah, maybe I'll just put the drama top on, huh? Because it's fun. Either the drama or the physical instrument. Doesn't really matter. We'll put on our normal gloves again, too, since we can't do the electrochemistry check right now anyway. So, we're back to the silly gloves. Okay. Oh, and I should probably equip a pry bar in my hand just in case we run into any things that need opening, I guess. Good morning, Kim. It's nice to see you. Alright, so where are we starting now the day has begun? Well, since we're here, maybe we should do Suna? Maybe the white envelope first. Yeah. Oh, with a logic check, let me just make sure I have the proper logic things. Silly me, 2 seconds ago trying to decide his outfit. I didn't even think of that. No minuses to logic, let's just make sure of that. No. No minuses to logic, but I know we can add to logic. Is it this one? It's this one. Is there a hat too? Or... aha, there is a hat too. Okay. Alright. Oh, now he's got no pants on. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Does it even matter? I just realized what pants we're wearing. Honestly, not really. The ones we've been wearing, I guess, put that +1 to Kingdom of Conscious, which seems pretty good, so I guess we'll do that one. Wait, what the fuck happened to the found pants? No. No, we're not having another case of disappearing clothes, right? Oh, no, we're not. It's literally right here. Anyway, okay, now quick save and... yeah! Let's try to do it. Where is it? Here it is.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. Underneath all this, Lillian's signature and an empty line waiting for a signee.
Okay, try to find a loophole in the deal.
There is no loophole.
God.
The simple
No.
truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Gonna be annoying as fuck. What are the ramifications of this, I guess?
Once the construction starts, it will probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are gonna have to move away because of the noise.
Of course, I should have seen it.
The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again.
Evrard probably has eyes on us, but if the second signature were to be somehow wrong...
He pauses to think. Oh.
He won't say it outright, but he's suggesting forgery.
I'm actually on board with that, dude.
Forgery, yes. It would render the document invalid.
Oh yeah, let's do this, bro.
It's not the sort of act I would normally encourage, but under the circumstances, if done discreetly, it may be the only way to save what's left of the village.
Oh, I'm so here for that. Thank you, Kim.
Or you could try to trick Everard. Get someone random to sign the document. By the time the Union boss finds out, your business here will already be concluded.
Oh, minus 10. Because Everard's people could be watching you here. Okay, put the documents back in the envelope. Okay, they could be watching us here. Could I do it in here? No one's gonna be watching us in here, right? Right. Somewhere private where you feel safe enough to sleep. Find someone to sign the document instead of the intended signees. Oh. Okay. Or I could just forge it, right? Eh. What am I doing? I got plenty of interfacing going on, right? Do I have anything that can give us even more? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. No. Nothing. Okay. Alrighty. Wait, so then what am I doing? I guess going back to here and doing this again.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. Underneath all this, Lillian's signature and an empty line waiting for a signee.
Fuck, it's a red check, dude. Fuck. I guess so.
With a confident flourish, you complete your forgery. What do you see on the signature line?
The name. Isabel Sadie.
Indeed. To be honest, it does look very convincing. The calligraphy is close to superb. It might as well be her actual signature. But it's not, and the document will be nullified if she disputes it. That means Everard will have to start over.
Good.
All you need to do now is mail the signatures to Everard's accountant in La Delta.
Well, all right then. Don't mind if we do. Put the documents back in the envelope. And then we can go to the mailbox, right? Put the envelope in the mailbox in the plaza. Sure thing. Will do. Suna is in the church, right? And where we are right now, we can do plenty of fast traveling, I believe. Yes. So why don't we actually first go to the... Let's go to the church, yeah. Let's first go to the church. Go in here and... It's a logic check, right? And I've still got logic going on all over the place? Okay. So then... Oh, here we go. What's up, Andre? What's up, Egghead? Noid, my friends? I love them. I love them. They're my friends. What's up, Suna?
Yes, what is it?
Wow, very high chance of this one. Okay, we got a +1 from having heard of the doomed commercial area. We've investigated it too, so we got another +1. +2 because we heard of Motorway South. +2 because we completed Motorway South. I guess was a thought or something. And then +2 because we're a cop of the apocalypse, apparently. Our version of Harry here seems to be kind of all over the place. He's a cop of the apocalypse. He's an art cop. He's a sorry cop. He's a communist. He's all sorts of things. Okay, so form a theory on the 2mm hole in the world.
You don't have to. You already have. A long time ago.
Wait, how?
These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion, behind a kitchen table, in the evening light. Drinking coffee and smoking, with a friend.
Aw.
And a woman, she was there too. Her hair smelled of shampoo as she was smoking.
Suna, it is the origin point of the pail. Now that's crazy.
What?
The swallow. That's how it starts. It's baby pail.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
She looks up, and there's fear in her eyes as she considers the possibility.
That comforts her.
No, look up first. We are 20 meters from the very edge. What? Or we've got the pail is only an effect. A transition between the world and that. Huh. No. We are 20 meters from the very edge. Wait. Literally was about to say that, and I'm already saying, wait, no. The pail is only an effect. A transition between the world and that. What is that? The pail? That doesn't make sense. How is the pail an effect? How is the pail a transition between itself and the world? That doesn't quite make sense. What is that here? What are we referring to? I think because I don't know exactly what we're referring to there, I'm going with the first one. We are 20 meters from the very edge.
She looks up into the darkness under the nave.
Oh.
Then back at you.
The pail is only an effect. Transition between the world and that.
Then what is that?
Literally my question. Thank you, Suna.
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing. No.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this never was.
Then the pail is...
Simply curdling milk. Simply a gradient.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, and the pail is not.
One day, when it's larger, it will be.
I understand. A theory of the pail where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mold. Erupting in points inside the world.
Crazy. This is one of those places.
According to this, how long?
She's silent for a second. Then she opens her mouth. Until it starts swallowing. It's already started. Starting with sound.
And information. Causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
I don't know.
An intellectual hunger fills her now, casting fear aside.
Good.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM
Knows how to think this.
It's a fair question, Kim. Let's see. It didn't form in the church. The church formed around it.
Of course! A pine wood sarcophagus. Or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting on an instinctual level, or religious practices that we've forgotten.
I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of provincial settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in the air.
All the failed businesses in the doomed commercial area. All the failure in Martinaise.
you think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here?
Maybe.
Even say software development.
Maybe.
She already made up her mind when she heard it. Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
Yes. I mean, even the revolution was defeated here. I mean, a kind of entrepreneuric history.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. I told them.
She shakes her head. I should let people still working in there know about this. They might be affected.
You mean Plaisance and the dice maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
Yes, both of them deserve to know, I think. I feel like Plaisance would absolutely fall apart. It's true. Both of them deserve to know.
Then go tell them.
She smiles, suddenly encouraging. I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know. I guess I'd say that to Kim, because he asked how we knew.
An amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Yes,
Not again.
it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know.
Okay.
This
I
is
guess
a
it's
guess.
It's a good
One
theory,
that's
though.
going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
One day, all the world will be like that 2mm hole.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window, cold and moist.
Thought gained, cleaning out the rooms.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest, some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad, but
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
one more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
Yeah, honestly, the club is the only thing keeping this place and the rest of reality together. I don't know how true that is, but it certainly sounds awesome.
I wouldn't go so far as to.
Yeah! Once the light is on in the universe, it will never go out!
Yeah, kid.
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropomedic detection to perform in this district.
Oh, I do have one mystery that still needs solving. The radio ghost in the doomed commercial area's electronic doorbell.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we worked there, but I had completely forgotten about it ever since.
Ah, she slapped her forehead.
It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls. Now it makes sense, with the pail right on the doorstep.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the police radio all the time.
He murmured. Anthroponetic crosstalk?
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through pail, all kinds of irregularities take place. You may hear snippets of someone else's conversation, or the voice of your former lover, or an echo of an event that took place 100 years ago.
Yo. I feel so much suddenly like Harry is connected to the pail, like he somehow taps into it. I think so. Oh, you trying to leave? Or are you trying to turn around and get comfy again in a new position, huh? You trying to leave? You gonna go back to...
tail is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those memories belong to. You could hear anything.
That makes sense. Thanks for explaining that to me.
Anytime.
Okay, right. I'll let you work in peace now. All right. See what's going on here. Inform Placence about the source of doom, and inform the dice maker about the source of doom. That is funny that they're calling it the source of doom. I love it. Okay. We've got a new thought we could potentially look at too. Cleaning out the rooms. No temporary bonuses, okay? 5 hours. Problem. Someone's been walking around in your dreams lately, looking for something. Tidying up, rearranging, storing away all the unrealized dreams, putting old pains in boxes. The worst nightmares have settled down for a while. A spot of light on the bedroom door. A spot of light on the bedroom door after the dark. A spot of light on the bedroom door after the dark. Fluttering of eyelids in the spring sun. A thought that arises only to disappear again, and yet there's a pattern emerging. That's interesting. Now, what if we take a nice second and, put on the hat again? Any chance that it would open that one particular check for her? No, still will not. We literally will just have to do a reaction speed thing. And that's fine, that's fine. I mean, I think anyway, unless we were to add an item of clothing that specifically adds reaction speed, maybe? Didn't we have something like that? What was it? The hat? The bum hat? But I don't want to do the bum hat. -1 reaction speed. That doesn't help at all. Wow, none of these give reaction speed. Absolutely none of them. Except this stupid hat. This dumbass frickin' hat. I wish, man. I wish it would help. But it doesn't seem to be helping anymore, and I might as well accept that now, I think. Okay, in that case, let's go mail the mail. You know, mail that envelope that we just forged. To the waterfront. This is the mailbox, isn't it? Right here?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
I knew we'd get to use this mailbox for something.
Yes, for sending mail.
No shit. Drop the white envelope into the
You
mailbox.
drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slut Everard. You know he's going to play you somehow.
All right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Yeah. The lieutenant turns towards the industrial harbor. You are correct, Kim, so let's go. Let's get going. Get our asses over there. ASAP, you know? Do we want to tell Placence about the Doom? I'm not sure. Maybe? Maybe not? Can't decide yet. Also, why am I going this way? Because this is literally the opposite of where I'm trying to go. Gosh darn it. This wall. Why did I click on it?
Just
Stop
an
doing that.
ordinary wall.
Just an ordinary wall. Okay. Out we go again. We gotta go all the way around. Whoop. All the way around. Yada, yada, yada. Ooh, should we stop in the store and see if we can buy any of those fun ingredients for that potion that book told us about? Right. Well, first let me just, pop in here and I guess look at things. What's this?
To the left of some croissants and juice bottles, you see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf. One is missing.
Yeah.
The one you legally purchased.
Hey.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
No, it isn't, girl. I thought maybe you might have something to say, but I don't think you do. It's fine. Because I've been wondering now about the tea. I called it a potion, didn't I? The tea that we supposedly can make. The book told us about. Remember that? Yeah. Who knows if it's real? I don't know. The communists, our fellow communists, certainly believed us that it was real, which is nice. Okay, we're here again. Hope Everard believes us. I mean, he has no reason not to, I guess. We mailed it. And we forged it while inside a private shack, so... Okay, here we go. Before I talk to him, I'm wondering if I should put any particular clothes on. I don't know, let me talk to him and see.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today?
He smiles merrily. It's done, Everard. I mailed the signatures you asked me to mail.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this.
He claps his hands together like a child who's just been offered cotton candy. Ooh, I want cotton candy.
My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinaise a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now.
Great.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Gotcha.
See? Forging that signature really paid off.
Apparently.
Well done, sire. By guile and deceit, you're in.
Ooh. Can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done.
You ass. Fine, where is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
What?
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
So the gun is still with the woman who bought it from Roy, huh?
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The
You think I
pawn
didn't
shop made
look
the
for
gun
it?
easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway,
He smiles and shakes his head in wonderment.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
the neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debardeurs Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Gosh.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good.
No.
None of this does.
She was waving it around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual.
Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry.
Helpful.
But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
The pigs? Why?
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
A smile flickers in the corner of his mouth.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
Can you set up a meeting?
I already have.
Oh.
Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
The fun stuff, huh?
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Okay.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
He looks at you. Yeah, we do. Seems unlikely, but you know fucking what? Did you order the hanged man killed?
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
You're too fat for that, huh? What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
Oh,
And what do you have to gain from a war?
political upheaval and shit?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
They're trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men?
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinaise. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
How is this connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not gonna give nothing. We're gonna take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're gonna take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Okay.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
What?
Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying.
Why are you telling me your plans, dude?
Because we're friends, Harry.
Oh.
Besides,
Okay.
it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
He looks at the swordfish clock and nods. Oh boy. Well, if your guys didn't kill the hanged man, who did kill the hanged man? Do you know?
No idea.
Oh.
Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
A guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
How many of you guys are there in this union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
He replies like a whip.
2,373. is a sizable contingent for a labor organization in Revachol. And they're all well motivated, at least the ones you've seen.
How are you going to fund your new independent harbor?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Everything?
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinaise and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Great.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it.
Don't call my friend Kim stupid. Stupid asshole.
All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Damn. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though, isn't it?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
He slams his fist on the desk once more.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
He smiles.
But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinaise.
Oh, is Ruby helping you secure this fantastic share?
Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
The lieutenant nods slowly. Makes sense, I guess, to regulate the drug trade like this. It keeps it out of more dangerous hands. I don't know how good an idea this really is in terms of how accessible it'll make the more illegal drugs, but yeah, I suppose it makes sense to regulate the drug trade like this, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Harry, you've misunderstood. I have no drugs in my hands.
That's not...
It's all far removed from me, like some half-remembered dream.
That's not what I meant, dude. Don't take me that literally. And people say I take things too literally. My goodness.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinaise.
Go on.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinaise as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm going to unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Ooh, okay. I'll try. Hold on, I don't want to look at the big picture. Not yet, anyway. I want to look at the drug trade you almost admitted to.
No, Harry. That's boring.
Oh my god.
All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it. Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinaise and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
That's ambitious. I love what you're doing for the working man.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because in many ways, you are that working man. You have already done so much work.
Thanks, I think. Could I ask you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry.
His eyes are shining.
You can bother Leonard with that.
Oh,
He loves
Leonard,
to run
huh?
his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big-time mode, Harry.
Okay. So, by Leonard, I'm assuming he means Easy Leo, who's out there. Because I love that dude. The signatures I got. Is this a bad idea? It might be. But I know you plan to force them out with the construction noise.
Harry! By now, you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
So the village is doomed.
The lieutenant says, grimly.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going to reset it.
He slams his fist on the table, causing some of the coffee to spill.
Reset. I have big plans for Martinaise, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast.
Oh my god.
That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce.
If there was actually no one living there, I'd be like, okay, I guess, you know, unless you're destroying the environment. But people are living there. What do you even mean there's nothing left? There's only nothing left if you consider the actual people with families, children and everything living there. It's crazy, it's crazy. What do you mean?
Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex.
No.
Employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life.
There's already
All
life.
those ruins out there turned into low-income housing.
But there's already people living there.
Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Youth, supermarket, church complex? Do you really expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
Ew.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain.
I can see Everard Clare really actually coming from a good place. A corrupt dude he may be, I think he kind of believes the bullshit he says. That's the unfortunate truth about a lot of people who are corrupt. They tend to think they're coming from a good place, or even are coming from a good place. They're just going about things in a bit of a wrong way.
The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
Wait, but will you erect a statue to yourself? Such a random question. Was that something we already heard about? Or am I just pulling that out of my butt? Will you be erecting a statue to yourself, weirdo?
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinaise rebuilt.
Good, okay. At least
5-story
there's that.
building complexes, workers on welfare, and landowners in Azon hating me. That will be my statue. And yours. We're doing this together.
Sorta.
You would look nice as a statue.
I guess I would, but, Joyce was right when she said you were up to something.
Damn right I am, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as she is one day. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
See, that's the job, keeping the peace. That's the job of the police. If only they did their jobs more often than they do. I mean, we try to do our job. We being Harry and Kim. We're trying to do it right. Keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him as he thinks of her.
Okay, that's it for now then.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinaise and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Suddenly there's sadness in his tone.
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
Okay, I'm gonna leave now, but we might talk again later. Autosave, thanks. Yeah, let's get out of here, I think. We are getting some stuff done. Look at that. Confront the pigs and get your gun back around 10 p.m. Will do. Now, I think we should probably go talk to the dice maker. That makes sense to me. Oh, we also got a skill point. Yay! Skill point, skill point, skill point. Reaction speed. Encyclopedia. Electrochemistry. Visual calculus. I have so many things I want to put points into. I am very unsure. Very, very unsure. What's up, Easy Leo?
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
Leo, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask you about someone.
Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
He thinks for a moment. Whew, so many questions. This is exciting. Tell me about this Edgar guy you keep mentioning.
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother.
Oh.
He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
Don't interrupt.
All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Safra.
He chuckles.
Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
The little guy chuckles again. Okay, tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
All right. If anything, the ever-present smile on Leo's face gets even warmer. How nice. All right, then let's ask about everyone else. Tell me about Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Oh.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like these.
Tell me about Measurehead, I guess.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that.
Oh.
Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Yeah, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
That's precisely what he is. Everard's dragon.
Oh, tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
The little man rubs a patch on his elbow. Okay, tell me about Renee.
The night guard. He was a peculiar fellow. Headstrong and proud. We didn't really talk all that much. He died recently. Something with his ticker.
The little guy looks you in the eye. Tell me about the guy in the container.
Who do you mean, mister?
He's rubbing his nape and looking at you with childlike innocence. What a sweetie.
You do realize he might just be a figment of your imagination, right?
No, because Kim saw him too. Right? Right? Yeah, he did. He even yelled at us for even mentioning money to him, so. The fancy guy in a suit in that container over there. Point to it.
I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages.
Leo falls silent then.
He really feels very uncomfortable discussing matters related to Everard with you.
Okay, I won't bother him anymore then. Let's talk about something else.
Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
The expression on his wrinkled face says, I really want to help you. That is so cute. I'm off. Okay, thanks, Leo. You're a sweetie pie, clearly. Alright, off we go again. Now, where the frick are we going next? I suppose to go talk to the dice maker, and then after that, maybe we'll consider telling Placence about it. But I doubt it very much. I doubt it so much. Come on, guys. Kim, why are you hovering over there? We're going somewhere. Okay. Nothing new in this room, right? I don't see anything new. Okay. In that case, let's go back to the doomed commercial area. Because the dice maker should know that the doom thing is real. Kinda. It's the pale, and it's growing, and it's coming for everyone. Ah! Oh, frick. Why am I walking in the darkness? Because I can't see. Flashlight. Thank you. There we go. Up, up, up. Then we can take the flashlight away, because otherwise we're shining it right in this poor lady's face, and I feel bad. Alright, girl, what's up? I gotta tell you something.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
I actually think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
Yes. Well, about that.
I'm listening.
She leans back in her chair, arms crossed across the chest. Just say it. There's a 2 millimeter hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal, I think it may be related to the Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
She sits up, visibly agitated.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen killed the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this?
She appears to take this in while the chatter from her headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say that the entire world is doomed, right? Kinda seems like it is. Say nothing.
I guess the least I can do is check up on Sona, see how she's doing. In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
Okay. Off we go. Now we gotta tell Placence about this. I don't know if I really want to, but might as well try. Might as well try. Oy, 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 oy. Oh! Looks like the remains of the 24-hour window repair shop. This will take us right down to the shop, won't it? Almost? Yeah. Back in the shop. Flashlight. Okay. Give me 1 second to make sure that my... I think it's fucking up right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's okay. Assuming my cat doesn't wiggle too much more. Placence, what's up with you? Wait, let me do a... Yeah, sure.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Placence, I have to tell you something. I found the actual...
What do you mean, the actual source? Are you talking about the third presence?
Yes. Yes, I am. Maybe.
She remembers. Good.
Yes, the presence, the entity, the malicious energy, however you may want to call it.
She who has many names. I imagine things must be rather bleak for you to return to me. Tell me, what have you found?
Something pretty crazy. My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm entrepreneutic hole in reality. That's the source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinaise.
A what?
A tiny hole. In reality, yeah. It may be connected with the Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why, historically, so many things have ended in failure here in Martinaise.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
She's too afraid to even say the word.
Aww, that's cute, actually. You could protect it with hope, by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around this thing.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends.
Yay!
No, we can't just leave.
She looks at her daughter, quietly studying in the corner of the shop.
Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be all right if I can just find them.
Sure, girl. Just cling to your faith. Whatever helps.
Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves.
I know.
Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
Okay, I'll go take another look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. That was cute. Okay. Well, now we just got a bunch of books. Should we go buy more books? We could. We certainly could.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Yeah, I
There
think I
are
wanna try
numerous
this
types
game.
of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
I want to buy the Suzerainty game.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
She smiles at you. Sure. Why not, I suppose. Okay, why don't we go... Let me think. What's the most important thing that we could do next? If anything. We've got 1 point right now. One point. I think my audio's fucking up again. Okay, I think it's fine. Sorry, my cat literally decided she wants to sleep right underneath my very precariously placed microphone. So that's fun. Now, as for what I want to do next, aside from maybe do some reading? I am considering... What the fuck am I doing? I have no idea. Walking back and forth. Obviously we could do some reading. Maybe that's all I'll do next. But I'm wondering if I should put a point into the mirror. Electrochemistry, I mean, so that we can do the thing with the mirror and get rid of that creepy expression on our face. Ooh, you know? Yeah. First, actually, why don't we just do some reading? This sounds like a fun one. The Man from Helmdall and the Devil Woman. That sounds like a lot of fun. A muscle man in chains is featured on this frontispiece. Kneeling before a salacious-looking woman on a regal seat. The bonfire lies between the throne and the man, casting shadows on the wall, and the shadow of the vixen's headdress looks like a pair of demonic horns. Sounds like a nice design.
The edges of the pages are worn and smudged. A lot of people have read about the Devil Woman's altercations with the Helmdall man.
Look at the back cover.
The jacket copy proclaims, "Man from Helmdall returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, cannibalistic natives abduct his only surviving comrade, Noble Tyribald. Before Man from Helmdall can mount a rescue, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City, where a mysterious and wicked queen rules supreme. Will Man from Helmdall be able to escape his dire situation and find his missing friend?"
I hope so. Time to flip through the book.
You open the book to a random page. Man from Helmdall, wielding his two Zweihanders, is carving through a sea of savages, his visage fixed in grim determination. His arms, whirling like windmills, are soaked with the blood of his enemies. Mangled corpses litter the battlefield. You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38.
Oh shit. Gritty and heroic. Can't wait.
Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Helmdaller tribe. From the village of Helmdall, The ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his name.
Give me more.
Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin, his golden mane billowing in the breeze. Both Zweihanders sheathed on his back. He is off to war. Will he conquer his enemies? Will he conquer himself?
Onward!
The steel muscles of man from Heimdall gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. In meditation, his soul drifts in the frigid northlands he calls home.
Holy shit, this is so me! I guess really get into the book, why not?
A passage reads, "The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks, but now his voice booms in the darkened throne room. Do not try to sap my masculine essence, wicked temptress. Son of Heimdall will never succumb to your seductive wiles. Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of Heimdall, stand above the vices of flesh, for it is weak and corruptible, yet mine is forged in gore and strife." Queen Lydiana just laughs, a sultry and salacious sound, then says, "I have grand plans for you, man from Heimdall." She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. "First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals. Not a muscle moves in the face of the man from Heimdall. Yet inside, there is turmoil. This goes against all he holds sacrosanct."
This is epic, I guess? Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. I guess this is epic. Fun.
In the final pages, man from Heimdall mounts Galavarinn, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana is dead, but an army of cannibals is storming the gates, and still there's no word of trusty Tyribald.
That's not good.
To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Heimdall and the Three-Eyed Skull, available in fine bookstores everywhere. Spring 39.
Put the book away. That was a fun one. Maybe we should now read A Brief Look at Inframaterialism. Suppose that can't hurt. A concise introduction to inframaterialist theory, intended for a general audience. You could tell this particular copy has spent a lot of time in someone's back pocket.
The cover of this pocket-sized volume features a swirl of orange, yellow, and green. The title, A Brief Look at Inframaterialism, is set in an authoritative yet approachable serif font. On the inside jacket flap, you find a brief summary. What is inframaterialism? A highly theoretical branch of Mazovian communism, a collection of mystical ramblings by a discredited revolutionary, or possibly both? This brief look, TM, introduces readers to one of this century's most fascinating and misunderstood theories in a concise, jargon-free manner.
Okay, so far so good.
You turn to the table of contents. The guide itself is divided into several sections with seemingly esoteric titles like Effects of Plasm on Root Vegetables and Mental Projection and Transference. There's also a brief introduction about the life of Ignis Nielsen.
Read the introduction on Ignis Nielsen, sure.
Known to his numerous admirers as the evangelist of the revolution, and to his even more numerous enemies as the apocalyptic Shrike, Ignis Nielsen remains one of the most controversial and fascinating figures to emerge in the years of the anti-centennial revolution, second only to Krasmazov himself. During his unparalleled life, he helped guide a revolution in one country and found a new state in another. Along the way, he committed some of the most notorious war crimes in an era famed for its atrocities.
Wow.
He is your brother, a fellow doom prophet. And yet, his most fascinating contribution to history may be the most overlooked. His theory of ideological plasm, from which his followers and successors developed the school of communism known as inframaterialism. If you're like most people, you probably believe that your thoughts reside in your brain, right? That's not right at all. Thoughts don't exist in the brain. They float through the air. Your brain is but a fish swimming through them.
Right?
Wrong. At least according to Ignace Nielsen.
Okay.
As Mazov's devoted comrade and leading theoretician, Nielsen was responsible for developing much of the intellectual foundation of communism. But his interests and speculations were famously wide-ranging. During his final years in exile, he produced, among other things, an early guide to home brewing, instructions for raising revolutionary children, plans for a universal pictographic language, and a detailed materialist critique of Dolores Day's chess strategy.
That's so fucking random.
But one subject he returned to time and time again was the fundamental relationship between thoughts and matter.
Sounds fun and interesting.
We may yet discover, he wrote in his notebooks, that under certain exceptional circumstances, the proletariat's embrace of historical materialism may be so fervent that their beliefs take form in the world of matter as a kind of revolutionary plasm.
Huh. Hold on, could you put that in slightly more basic terms, potentially?
Certainly. In essence, Nielsen is arguing that thoughts don't just reside inside the brain, they radiate outward from it. According to this idea, the brain is an ideological transponder, constantly emitting waves of highly politicized energy, which Nielsen called plasm.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. What's more, Nielsen speculated that this plasm, when it becomes powerful enough, might begin to influence the material reality surrounding it. Hence the name, inframaterialism.
That is a cool theory.
Unfortunately, Nielsen passed away before he was able to develop these initial ideas into a full-fledged theory. That work was left to subsequent generations of communist theorists. Building on Nielsen's basic insight, these theorists reached a startling conclusion that a sufficiently revolutionary state might begin to exhibit certain extra-physical effects based on the amount of plasm generated by its citizens.
Wait, so this isn't even Nielsen's theory. It's his followers' theory.
Correct. Though certain particulars of the theory are commonly attributed to Nielsen himself, the evidentiary basis of those attributions has always been a point of contention between inframaterialists and their critics.
Makes sense. So these people are saying, kinda, that if enough people just believe in communism, it will come true. That doesn't really feel like exactly what he's saying, but it's, I guess, along those lines.
The actual theory is highly technical, but for the purposes of this brief look, TM, that's a fine working definition of the concept.
Like an oversimplified version of the concept, yeah. That makes sense. All right.
That's because this is absolute idiocy, not even worth engaging with. No. There's something here. You can feel it.
I want to hear more about this extra physical stuff.
Inframaterialists divide the extra physical effects of the revolutionary state by the level of plasm required to achieve them. At the lowest, or first level, revolutionary plasm is believed to stimulate or invigorate matter without altering its essential properties.
What the This sounds like that business with the turnips. Does it? Okay.
Precisely, though plasm does more than increase vegetable yields, it may also influence the physiology of revolutionaries themselves.
Okay.
It's also been postulated that plasm may account for the remarkably full and manly facial hair observed on some communist males.
I'm not gonna stroke my bare chin. It's embarrassing.
Of course, inframaterialists argue that revolutionary plasm may stimulate human physiology in other ways as well. Oh yeah, we're talking about white-hot communist sex, baby. That's correct. Reports from the revolutionary period claim that the most radically devoted communards were able to engage in vigorous intercourse for up to 8 hours at a time.
Huh.
8 hours? There's no way. Your equipment would be mashed to jelly.
Yeah, that sounds like too much, personally.
And on that note, you feel like you've gotten the general idea of inframaterialism, enough to carry on a basic conversation at least. But if you'd like to go even deeper into some of the more speculative aspects of the theory, you could always read further. The book fits quite snugly into your palm. It would also fit comfortably into a jacket pocket.
Well, that's nice. I kind of want to keep reading.
You flip forward a few pages until you come upon a chapter titled Mental Projection and Transference.
Okay.
When a community has achieved a sufficiently high degree of revolutionary fervor, inframaterialists believe that second-level effects may be observed. At this second level, certain hyper-revolutionary individuals may even develop the ability to extend their thoughts into material space and vice versa.
That doesn't really sound like mind reading, although maybe it does. It's certainly bizarre. Does that mean communists can read minds?
According to inframaterialist theory, yes. Under suitably revolutionary conditions, that is. Of course, one doesn't need to be a communist to be attuned to the thoughts of your brothers and sisters. It's become something of a folk legend that during their final meeting, Nielsen and Mazov didn't speak a single word, preferring to sit in silence with their chamomile tea, reading one another's thoughts.
That's probably not what happened.
One of the minor tragedies of the late revolutionary period is that few reliable accounts survive. Much of what we know of the communards' activities during this period come from memoirs and second-hand accounts, some only written down decades after the fact, and of dubious authenticity.
Hey, Kim, you'd say that we share a pretty special connection, right? This is such a random interjection, but let's do it.
I suppose we do work quite well together.
You and me, we're on the same wavelength. That's why we're always finishing each other's sandwiches.
Your words hang in the air as the lieutenant scribbles something in his notebook. At some point, he realizes you're waiting for him and looks up with a tightly knit brow.
Sentences.
The lieutenant looks at you evenly for a moment, then returns to his notebook without a word.
Kim, you left me hanging there.
Did I? My bad, detective. Won't happen again.
He doesn't look up from his notebook.
As we were saying, it's generally believed that these effects are only exhibited by certain hyper-revolutionary individuals, generally less than 0.01% of the revolutionary population.
So why do these effects only work for hyper-revolutionary communists?
Because plasm has never been directly observed, the exact mechanism behind these effects remains entirely speculative.
No shit.
In other words, there's no evidence that any of this mind-reading stuff is real. Why are you getting hung up on mechanisms? Open your mind's aperture just a little wider. You're so close to true understanding.
Am I? What? Wait, if there's no evidence plasm exists, how can the theory be true? Well, things without evidence can be true in the world. A lot of the time it's because we haven't found the evidence yet, you know? At some point in the past, there was no evidence for a lot of things. Fingerprints, DNA. But here we are in 2026, and boy oh boy is there plenty of that. But anyway, irrelevant. If there's no evidence plasm exists, how could the theory be true?
Most inframaterialists would argue that the inability of skeptics to detect plasm is simply evidence of their own insufficient revolutionary enthusiasm.
Okay.
There you have it, a perfectly unfalsifiable loop.
Yeah.
The theory is impossible to disprove on its own grounds.
It's wild when people will do that. They will really, to be undisprovable, so to speak, people will just talk themselves in a frickin' circle. Like, goddamn.
Meaning, it's hardly a theory at all. This should be more than enough for a stimulating discussion. That said, if you're still yearning for more, you must. Everyone knows books save their best parts for the end.
There's still more of this. Well, fuck it. Let's finish the book then.
You breeze through the next several sections until you arrive at the final chapter, titled A Communism Above Reality. When a society's revolutionary fervor reaches the third and highest level, inframaterialist theoreticians have postulated that the laws of physics cease to be laws.
Interesting. I guess it makes sense if they're talking about thoughts being projected and such. Like, that completely would change our understanding of physics. Cease to be laws, what do they become then?
More like suggestions, according to some of the SRV's leading inframaterialists. Of course, it's impossible to say what exactly happens under these conditions. No known society has ever achieved the levels of revolutionary enthusiasm the theory seems to require. Some inframaterialists have even argued that it might require more plasm than humanity alone may be capable of producing.
Humanity alone? Wait, are there non-human sources of plasm too?
In the SRV, there have been attempts to organize certain species of aquatic mammals, as well as a few of the higher corvids.
Corvids are very intelligent, so...
But, as of this writing, only human beings have demonstrated the intellectual capacity for revolutionary communism.
Has anyone ever gotten close to reaching the third level?
There are numerous stories from Samara involving bandits or fascist mercenaries being levitated by farmers from the most ideologically advanced communes.
Huh.
Of course, few of these incidents have ever been rigorously investigated or substantiated. Among known attempts to channel third-level capabilities, the most well-documented is the curious case of Coalition warship Debutante.
I've got to know what that's about.
It concerns an interesting series of events that took place during the invasion of Revachol. As Coalition forces made landfall, a cadre of Nielsen's most fervent acolytes attempted to compress a Coalition aerostatic with their collective will. According to Communard law, these acolytes positioned themselves at the top of a redoubt just over the bay of Revachol. From that vantage, they proceeded to visualize pinching Coalition warship Debutante between their fingers, a gesture believed to assist in the extra-physical materialization of their thoughts.
Weird. Why didn't they just get some high-powered merc gear? Up your armor. What?
The Communards were notoriously under-equipped against the much better-funded Coalition. In any event, it's doubtful even ceramic armor would have altered the outcome. The acolytes, along with the redoubt, were vaporized in an artillery strike before the process could be completed. Picture the lot of them, all standing with their fingers in the air 1 minute, the next reduced to a bloody mist.
Ooh.
It's been said, though, that in the weeks following the battle, the captain of the Debutante noted an increase in incidents of crewmen striking their heads on unexpectedly low bulkheads. Of course, colorful anecdotes only scratch the surface of what inframaterialists believe may be possible in a truly third-level society.
What would a third-level society even look like?
Some have theorized that such a society would be fundamentally unrecognizable, lacking many of the institutions we typically take for granted in advanced societies, including organized governments, financial institutions, and law enforcement.
I find that very hard to even picture. Just coming from the horrible capitalist world we live in right now.
Others have argued that people living under third-level conditions will be immune to such infirmities as hunger, disease, and mental illness.
I don't know about that.
In some of his later writings, Nielsen himself speculated about the potential for an extra-physical architecture that disregards the laws of bourgeois physics and instead relies on the revolutionary faith of the people for structural integrity.
Meaning the buildings stay up because people believe they'd stay up? Okay, that is insane. That does seem like a bad theory to design buildings based on.
Nielsen called it the highest expression of communist principles, a society whose literal foundation is the faith of its people.
Yeah. That is kind of what he's talking about, isn't it? A society where literally it can only thrive with the faith of its people. That's bizarre. I don't know.
On the following page, you come across a few black and white reproductions from Nielsen's own notebooks.
Cool.
One sketch depicts a government ministry shaped like a great inverted pyramid. A hectare in width at the top, balanced atop foundations the size of common apartments. Another depicts a leaning tower wrapped in a dramatic helix. The caption beneath it reads, "The Tower of History." Something about that tower looks awfully familiar. Could it be that's what the students were trying to recreate with the matchboxes?
Oh. Well, wait, but what if the people stop believing and the buildings collapse?
In the corner of one of the reproduced notebook pages, you can make out the following words, written in Nielsen's distinctive slashing script. A state that has lost the faith of its people has forfeited the right to exist.
Plausible or not, there's something beautiful about this idea. Is there more?
There is no more. You've reached the outer theoretical limits of communism, and in less than 200 pages. If you'd like to read further, may we recommend a brief look at Occidental architecture?
Okay, put the book away. Sounds good. A lot of things we could read right now. Look at this. Get yourself organized. Return to the group for discussion. We'll have to do that later tonight. But for right now, hold on. Let me take a second. Quick save. And then take a second to go to the bathroom. Hang on. Okay, I've returned. What am I doing? Reading more? Actually, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. We don't have any more points, right? Oh, no, yes we do. Yes, we do. Okay. Since we have another point, should I put it into something like encyclopedia or electrochemistry? Maybe. Feels like a weird one to put a point into because of the fact that we're going such a sober route with this character. But I also feel like we could explain that by saying, you know, in his sobriety, he's been doing more research into drugs because he wants to understand more how they work, what they do to his brain, and why he should stay away from them. Like he's learning more about addiction. I don't know. We could say that in our heads at least, you know, because we're certainly not going to put a point into electrochemistry because we love drugs so much. is it worth it? What about I almost said Electropedia. I don't know what that was about. I combined the two, I guess. Encyclopedia. What about that? Since I do want that one. Also a mirror check, so. For either one of those, we will have to go to the mirror. So let's head over to the shack. Go inside. All right. I'm thinking, is now the time? Is this the time? Electrochemistry? I just really want to stop that expression. I think it's awful and creepy. That would be really nice. And it would feel good for the character, too, because of the direction we've been taking him. Fuck it. It feels weird, but I'm doing it. Accept changes. Weird, but okay. I quick saved. We can't go back now. It's done. What's done is done. Officially. Here we go.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face.
And it is still
You're still not accustomed to it.
Well. You know, I betcha that if we could succeed at this encyclopedia check to locate the source of the expression, I have this hope that it would help this by maybe adding some points. Because we know where it comes from, that sort of thing. If I fail, I'll need to have another point put into electrochemistry, and I don't particularly want to do that in order to make this happen. So I'm actually gonna stop. Hopefully that'll give us more XP, you know? Maybe another point, and then we can do the encyclopedia check. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh my god, my cat keeps bumping my mic hardcore, and I'm getting worried about it again. So give me a second. Okay, I think it's all right. Although there's a chance with how she keeps turning around and around trying to get comfortable right underneath my mic. There's a chance she's gonna do it again, and I might cut in and out, but it doesn't seem to be so bad. So here's hoping. But anyway, I think we should do a little more reading. Try and actually get some XP from it. Oh, and then we can even play the games we got, because we bought 2 different board games. All right, let's read The Greatest Innocence. This dusty tome brings knowledge on the history of innocences. It is written by one João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego, a Mesque fascist who tried to reach a conclusion on which of the innocences is the coolest in the world. Okay. Apologies for butchering your name, guy. Except actually, not really, because you're apparently a fascist. So anyway, interact with the book.
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
Crack open this immense tome.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain. You can do it. It'll be worth it. There's something here. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes.
What?
You ready?
I guess? Sure? Why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence? Dolores Day.
Dolores Day?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Dolores Day
Fuck you, pain
was
threshold.
the innocence of humanism, internationalism,
'Cause I don't know
and
shit.
the welfare state.
Apparently.
She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern, she was powerful and beautiful on all her icons. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps? Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this.
A strange sensation of loss. Oh, honey, Harry definitely lost someone in a big way. We still don't quite know how or why. We just know that he did something, man. When she left the Earth, I don't know if that's necessarily talking about the she, or a different she, maybe, that he has lost, or if it's talking about Dolores Day. Anyway.
Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day.
Well, I don't remember then, so I'm gonna guess. Sola?
Incorrect. Sola was anointed during the previous century and even lived to see the current one. She was an urban planner who spoke her mind and largely left history to its own devices, encouraging people to excel on their own rather than prescribing to a deified model of history. She is often called an anti-innocence.
Ooh, cool. Pretty weird to call someone an anti-innocence.
Sola resigned after an assassination attempt by a Yugo nationalist who blamed her for not taking the side of the left during the turn-of-the-century revolutions. Innocences don't usually resign. Care to try again?
The Pericarnassian?
Correct.
Yeah.
Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It's said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum.
What?
As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party. Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence? Easy.
Strongest
Everybody
innocence?
knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Well, does that mean it was Dolores Day?
Incorrect.
God
again.
damn it!
While she originated many modern institutions, launched
I know
several
shit,
successful
apparently.
expeditions, and was even critical of the innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest.
Somehow she keeps popping up in my mind. The reason she keeps popping up in my mind is because we spent so long gazing at her in the church. That beautiful stained glass portrait of her. And every time she comes up, our boy Harry seems to have a very visceral reaction to it. So she seems important. And therefore, she's the only one whose name keeps standing out in my mind, because gosh darn, I'm bad with names, and you're quizzing me out of nowhere.
Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again?
I guess.
Please, relax.
Honestly, doesn't sound familiar to me. Shoot me a hint.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general. At least the parts that matter.
Okay, very interesting, but that doesn't help me answer that question.
I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win, for their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help?
No!
Damn. Great. Dolores.
Okay, so pain threshold. Just keeps thinking about Dolores. That is so intense to realize. Just thinking about innocences in general and this a whole facet of history. Harry keeps thinking about her. Her name pops up in his head and it's painful. Just reading this book is hurting him, poor baby. Well, then I guess I'm gonna guess. Vesper Messina.
Incorrect. Vesper Messina is not a person,
Great,
but
now I
a
feel
defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vesper and Messina. Care to try again?
All right, then. Only one left. Power of elimination. Franco Negro?
Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue. Question 3. Who was the false innocence?
False innocence? All news to me. Maybe a few hints?
Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Pericarnacian. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members.
Sigh internally.
There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. It's not my fault. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful.
A false innocence? I don't fucking know. Stepan the Despicable sounds like a bad guy. False innocence sounds bad. I don't know. Stepan the Despicable?
Incorrect. Stepan the Despicable, regent of Kedra, was a ruler who conquered the known world
Kedra,
during
that's a
the
place,
Kedriatic
so
conquest
it's not that.
instead of the despotic Erno Pasternak. Would you try again?
Erno Pasternak? Could that be him?
Correct.
Yay!
There have been a number of counter or false innocences. Some assumed to have innocentic qualities. Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Erno Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind.
Well, you sound confident. Go right ahead. A hint would come in handy.
Of course, this is my thing. The reason I exist in this world. The correct answer is Franco Negro.
You're absolutely certain of this?
0 doubts. While it was actually her.
Should I listen to the pain in Harry's heart? Or encyclopedia? Dolores Day. We're gonna listen to the pain in Harry's heart.
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence. A most radical change to the whole fabric of the world.
Cool.
Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful. And more beautiful. And more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. A D, not particularly remarkable, but technically a passing grade. Not that anyone really expected better. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, you arrogant book.
What's going on with you?
The lieutenant is jolted awake by your furious cursing. Oh, goodness. The book is unfair.
Okay.
The lieutenant stares at you, his visage unflinching.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers.
Put the book away. Ah! Well, all right then. Huh. Wow, it's already almost 2 o'clock. Okay then. Well, hang on, let me check to see how long I've been filming for. 1 sec. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna make a hard save, and not to say I'm gonna actually stop right now, because I think I can go a little bit longer. But we may be having a bit of a reading and game playing kind of day, honestly. So, why don't we go play some games, huh? A high pasternal fantastic populaire board game, illustrated with bucolic vistas and featuring odd-looking humanoid creatures. It's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module and can't be played without the main game. Oh, okay.
Large letters on the front form a title, Wirral. The colorful box is illustrated with bucolic vistas. The cover art also features odd-looking humanoids. Some short, some taller, some with pointy ears, others with ephemeral wings.
Cool. Examine the box.
Text underneath the title in smaller typeface reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel adds, a sword and sorcery adventure board game with new maps and miniatures.
Look at the back.
A blurb on the back reads, tired of the tedium and toil of modern life? Escape to Wirral. Leave behind e-solas and nations with their petty squabbles. Discard electricity, magnets, and boring technological widgets. Succumb to a world of high pasternal fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Discover the terrible secret threatening Wirral. Can your band of adventurers save the world?
Yes, we're ready to take on this challenge, I guess.
Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is read an intricate rulebook, study an assortment of maps, unfold the illustrated game board, and start rolling dice. In no time, you could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable monsters in endless dungeons fraught with danger and despair, conjuring up forceful magics to aid your quest.
Cool. Open the box.
You pry open the box. Inside, you find a folded-up map, a small booklet, a 24-sided die, and a little plastic figurine.
Look at the figurine.
You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided hat and wielding some sort of a firearm.
Huh, interesting. A communard.
What's so interesting about that?
The figurine is not a part of the real game setting. I guess
Oh.
someone misplaced it during the packaging process.
Oh, well, does that mean we can't play?
I have a feeling the figurines are more there to set the scene than anything else.
Take the figurine.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back at you, his face contorted into a disturbing shout. Then you pocket it.
Look at the map, I guess.
A reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, Lands of Wirral. The map features both small villages and mid-sized towns with odd names, in addition to meadows, forests, hills, lakes and seas, also with odd names. It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen thus far. It's not a very helpful map.
Look at the booklet.
A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero, choosing from any of these completely unique and fantastical backgrounds. The options are in order of importance. The Welkin, the Tweog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies.
Read about the Welkin, hell yeah.
The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and pointy ears. They're known
Elves.
for being powerful magic users, but can also hold their own in a brawn-driven fight.
Basically elves, huh?
The Welkin come with a variety of exciting sub-races. High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. But if you're not feeling experimental, a basic Welkin will always do.
Read about the Dwergar. Or, how are they going to say it in this game? Dwerger?
A grand race of industrious mountain people.
The dwarves.
They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. They're also well versed in the art of combat, where they prefer to use axes and hammers. The Tweog also come in a few
Dweog.
different sub-races. Hill Tweog, Shield Tweog, and Dark Tweog.
I just want to say Dwergar, you know, like D&D. But okay. Read about the humans, I guess.
They're just humans. What else is there to tell? They're average in all stats, and jacks of all trades.
Read about the fairy folk, then.
A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people into their magical traps. There are no sub-races for the fairies.
Read about the pygmies.
The least popular of the Wirral races,
Oh.
the pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their days tilling the earth and smoking their pipes.
So,
there
like
are no
halflings.
sub-races for the pygmies.
So basically halflings and or hobbits, depending on which fiction you're coming from. Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. I love it. Look at the die.
It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar plant motifs.
Ooh, take the die.
You place the die into your pocket. It's always good to have luck on your side.
Close the box.
A colorful box with the title Wirral in bold letters. It's a board game.
I know. Put the box away. Okay, so we can't really play the game, but we certainly were able to examine all its moving parts, which I think is super cool. Look at this! Figurine set revolutionary. What a nice little figurine. A turn-of-the-century leftist revolutionary in ragged clothes. On his head lies a lopsided hat, seemingly an ushanka. In his hand he carries a little musket. He's kind of cute. Aw. And then we've got a standard Wirral die. This basic 24-sided role-playing die can be used to get results for several dice. It's made of East Seminese snakewood and embellished with plant motifs. It reminds you of Plain and Hill Wilkins. Note, look at the map tab in Journal to see which white checks have opened. Oh. It opened random white checks for us? It did not! It did not actually open up any white checks. This is obviously open now because we put a point into electrochemistry, but it didn't actually open any other white checks. Unfortunately. That's okay. That is okay. Okay, we still don't have enough skill points for anything else. I guess we could play the last game, huh? The last game we can look at before we go back to the store, I guess, and buy more books. We've got the Suzerainty game. Let's fucking do it. A civilization building board game where you get to choose a nation and set off to colonize, colonialize, and exploit. Oh, other cultures. A star-shaped note on the box proclaims the game now includes a completely new genocide what? Option. What? I was so thrown by the word genocide, I forgot how to read. Genocide option. Holy shit. Okay. Interact, I guess.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work.
Shake the box?
The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. What treasures wait in store for you? Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions.
Sounds fun. Remove the plastic wrap.
The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance.
Open the box.
There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard.
Ooh! Hey kid, wanna
The
play?
lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours. I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
So he says, but his gaze lingers a moment longer on the rulebook than is strictly necessary. He could make time if he really wanted to.
Read the rulebook, I guess.
Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
Economic strategy? More like rapacious blunder and exploitation?
The colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling.
Okay, keep reading.
The instructions are opaque at first and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
How do you accumulate victory points?
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
Okay, read the advice.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in Suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly. Boring, boring, boring. Tear up this rulebook and commit some old-school atrocities.
How is the winner determined?
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
Examine the components.
You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play.
Check out the wooden tokens.
In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources. From the Empire of Sephre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, gray marble block tokens. From the Seminine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supra Muindi and Sarah Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, those are nice.
The lieutenant picks up a sugar token and admires it. I guess I'll punch out the cardboard pieces one by
Each
one.
cardboard token makes a satisfying ch as you pop it out.
That sounds
Soon,
fun.
a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
This is so cute.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
Oh, honey, you absolutely could if you wanted to, but I didn't have the option to offer you. Put the components away.
You hold the open game box before you.
We got another +1 for this suggestion, because we have intriguing components that Kim is interested in. And plenty of time to play it, apparently. Although it doesn't seem like it. What time is it? 14:50? And we've got until 2200, really. I guess that's about enough time. Not really. Well, actually, yeah. But let me put a game away first, just for a second. Oh, an autosave. That's nice. Okay, I just checked how long I've been filming for, and actually this feels like a good place to stop. And honestly, next time we're probably going to be beginning by playing this game with Kim, because we actually have the time, since we're really just waiting around for 2200, because we got a lot of shit to do at 2200. Confront the pigs. Someone running around with our gun. Very irritating. We gotta go find her near the old fish market at 2200. Walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. And after that, once I have my fucking gun, maybe I will head back to the shack. Maybe even say goodnight to Kim, and then go back to the Whirling. Talk to Klasia. Yeah. It'd be great to find the murder weapon, but I don't know if we will today. I hope so, though. But we'll see. But that is all the time I have for right now anyway, so until next time, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you've enjoyed our time together, please consider doing the YouTube thing, liking, commenting, subscribing, hyping, whatever you feel like doing. It would really help me out. I love and appreciate you so much. Please be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, take extra good care of your animals and human children too, please. And stay soft, because you know the world is definitely hard enough already. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Mwah.